Help capture the history of our markets by contributing to the John Lothian News GoFundMe campaign to support the MarketsWiki Education history-focused video series and more.
From barchart.com, which serves over 2 million users per month, to market data and technology solutions for commodity, financial, and media businesses, Barchart connects you to the markets.
OM, the Swedish company that was the derivatives exchange, they started electronic trading in options. And they had a system called Click, which they used, which was very successful and was first sort of just for the domestic market. And then they eventually started also selling their technology around the world. I joined the company back, it's a long time ago, back in '97. I was part of new initiatives, setting up a platform, a trading platform for multiple products like options and analysis of shares and options, and it was called OM Link, and that was primarily my role in OM. After OM was very successful with all of their products that they launched in the sort of electronic space, a lot of other companies also sprung out of the OM heritage, TriOptima and Orc, which is now called Itiviti, and Front Capital Systems, and Cinnober was one of them. And I joined Cinnober back in 2000, which was very small then, but we grew rapidly and became a sort of a challenger to OM and also built electronic trading systems. Sort of fortunately, we also had competition in CScreen with two other companies launching basically at the same time. So I guess that helped us to get the awareness of that electronic trading was happening also in the voice markets. But there was a lot of resistance from many of this, voice brokers. Even on the buy side, there were a lot of sort of resistance. And I mean, we started with a few brokers that believed in sort of the hybrid model. For every day, just about, you could see the number of users and the number of orders on screen just increasing. And the magic number was when we had about between 50 and 100 users. The flow really started growing on screen, and that was sort of the move when everybody realized that they needed to get on the sort of the electronic bandwagon and take part in it. Olof was a visionary man. He came from trading options in the US, I believe. Basically started OM with very little staff from the beginning, and they grew very fast. And they built a platform. They had a tight staff. They had a night watch doing overnight settlements and stuff like that. And the company grew, both with the Swedish market and then also with the international expansion when they started selling the technology. We had a product called Trade Express, which was basically a platform as the base for electronic trading and other products we developed there. The early clients were the American Stock Exchange, Nord Pool, the power exchange in the Nordics. Eventually also we got the LME, which was actually stolen from OM, or we managed to take OM out of there. And it was actually called OMX at that time. OM had added a letter to the name. During my time at Cinnober, we also started a new initiative together with some other co-founders called CScreen, which was basically a hybrid trading platform where we launched that into the bilateral space with a lot of interdealer brokers. That platform grew very well and was also transforming the sort of the voice trading to a more hybrid model. In 2005, I believe it was, Euronext.Liffe, the derivatives exchange in London, bought CScreen from Cinnober and its co-founders. and I ran CScreen from the start until it was sold. It was equity derivatives, and it actually still is. It's still the dominating platform in the equity derivative space. And Liffe moved it into also other services, pre and post trade, you can say. And Liffe sort of carried on the road with adding a lot of API users onto it. So basically, most banks on the buy side of them using the CScreen environment, we're using it via API, and it's still in use now. The ICE has taken over Liffe since the merger with Euronext back in some time. Clearing has not been really a part yet of the digital sort of movement, but we strongly believe that there is a need for clearing and a central counterparty in the digital environment. We see it definitely in derivatives, where you always have a time risk and a time factor to take care of, where you need to keep track of the margins and collateral, etc. We also see that in cash products, there is also a need, because atomic settlement, instant settlement is sort of the point of, or the meaning of, blockchain and so on. But we also see that when you get a lot of trading, you get a lot of institutions involved, they want to carry on netting as they do in the traditional markets. And when you have netting, you also have a time factor, plus you need to have the sort of the collateral in control. And we also see a need for the central counterparty to take care of the tokens, where you have trading on multiple marketplaces, but you need to have one trusted central counterparty where you can exchange the tokens for the various marketplaces. So we've done a lot of thinking, and we're also doing a lot of work around the moving clearing onto the digital arena. I and a lot of other people left from OM at the time, or OMX probably was the name then, to Cinnober. And Cinnober kept recruiting people from NASDAQ. It's a free world, and Cinnober was the new kid on the block, and we did very well at Cinnober. And we also got a few clients that were sort of snatched from OM to OMX to Cinnober. It's a free world, and a lot of knowledge was gathered, of course, in OMX and OM. But there's a time to change for everything. And eventually, NASDAQ actually bought Cinnober a couple of years ago.
John Lothian News would like to thank those individuals who have contributed to our MarketsWiki Education GoFundMe campaign. Their financial assistance allows us to produce and distribute videos like this for our Open Outcry Traders History Project, or the Path to Electronic Trading video series. Join them in supporting John Lothian News, capturing the history of our industry.